What is going on YouTube? Espresso Shuckle here, and let's talk about Baxcalibur. This thing's a dragon with a sword sticking out of its back. It's pretty cool. My inner 5-year-old really likes that. Baxcalibur is a dragon ice type, which we normally see with the Curum line between base Curum and then Curum Black and Curum White. This thing does have technically more weaknesses than it does resistances, but it's not too bad. It resists electric, grass, and water while being weak to dragon, fairy, fighting rock, and steel. The ice typing does not really contribute much to your defenses because, you know, that thing only resists itself, and unfortunately dragon is weak to ice, so that's balanced out. We have more of ice's weaknesses than we do dragons though, so that's important to keep in mind if we want to think about terastallizing. Baxcalibur's stats are really good. It's got a base 115 HP, a whopping 145 attack, a pretty solid 92 defense, and 86 special defense. 75 special attacks, not bad, but when you compare it to something that's got 70 points higher, you're going to be going with the physical attack on this one. And finally, it's got 87 speed, which is a great speed stat. It hits a magic number there without any investment. Baxcalibur hits 107 speed with perfect IVs, meaning you don't need any investment to outspeed a max speed timid or jolly Dragapult under Tailwind because we're already there. We hit our 214. So, Baxcalibur is definitely a potential wrecking ball, and its capabilities go even further when you look at its abilities. We have Thermal Exchange, which is a signature ability to Baxcalibur and its pre-evolutions. Basically, we get our attack increased by 1 stage when we're hit by a fire move, and it has the added bonus of preventing us from being burned. That's huge because burn is probably one of the best ways of dealing with physical attackers. We can't be burned while having this ability, and any fire move that hits us, we get an attack boost. That goes for Will-O-Wisp. If you're going up against someone that doesn't know what Thermal Exchange does and you get hit with a Will-O-Wisp, you're getting a free attack stat, and your opponent's getting confused and then getting hit really hard. Because, you know, 145 attack, boost that by 50%. That's going to hurt. And then finally, Baxcalibur's hidden ability is Ice Body, which if Snow is active, we get 1/16 of our max HP back. We don't care about that ability. Let's be honest. Thermal Exchange. Thermal Exchange could be probably the only ability for this thing. It might as well be the only ability on this thing. And if someone's running Ice Body on Baxcalibur, I am scared. Because that is an unhinged individual right there. So, let's talk about some options here for running this thing. I was thinking Icicle Spear plus Loaded Dice and Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance, we can get an attack boost and a speed boost. And, yeah. The EVs and speed, that Jolly Nature with the 180, that's another magic number for Dragon Dance specifically, because when 143 gets increased by 50%, we're now outspeeding Dragapult without needing Tailwind. 197, that's just to get as much damage on this thing as possible to take advantage of the Dragon Dances. Now, what I did here was I put Dragon Dance and Protect on this thing, thinking about maybe doubles, but you could forego the Protect maybe and go for another damaging move, especially if you wanted to run this thing in single battles. But I was thinking for doubles, we could go with a Follow Me Mon, like say maybe Mousehold or Indeedee, because those are really our Pachirisu gets it too. But anyways, our 3 main options for Follow Me support is Mousehold, female Indeedee, and Pachirisu. So what I was thinking, we can do one of these 2 things. We'll grab maybe Psychic Surge, Indeedee, switch that to 50 for a quick second, and put Follow Me there. What I was thinking here is Psychic Surge will protect Baxcalibur from Fake Out, which is nice. So what I was thinking there is we could get a Dragon Dance off, Follow Me with Indeedee to redirect. Even if we just have Indeedee's Psychic Terrain on the field and we want to go for Dragon Dance later, we could still do that, even if Indeedee's not on the field. Your opponent brings in a Fake Out Mon to try to Fake Out Baxcalibur. Psychic Terrain will keep us safe, hypothetically. We could do that. We could use mouse hold as well, because mouse hold gets friend guard, which friend guard reduces the damage your allies take by 25%, which is nice. We could do that. We could go friend guard, follow me, and then that way we get a little bit more out of Baxcalibur's natural bulk. So two very good support options. What I was thinking, because we have max attack investment on this thing, we have our 180 to outspeed Dragon Bolt with Dragon Dance. I was just thinking the rest of the EVs could go into bulk. Now, you might be thinking, Dragon Claw. Why Dragon Claw? Because this thing gets its own signature move. And it's true, Baxcalibur does get its own signature move called Glaive Rush, which basically it's 120 physical dragon type damage. That's 100% accurate. But the drawback is Baxcalibur is kind of a sitting duck the next turn because attacks can't miss Baxcalibur and will deal 2 times the damage to Baxcalibur, which that feels really risky for me. And don't get me wrong, with an attack boost from Dragon Dance and then Glaive Rush, that thing is a nuke. But I don't like the idea of something coming in that's potentially faster than Baxcalibur and going for the revenge kill. So I had Dragon Claw there. But the other thing too is you got to factor in terrestrialization too. You can go for other Terra types as well. I was thinking originally with the Dragon Claw there, if we went Terra Dragon, we're still benefiting from having our stab type, and we're going to be looking at 160. Glaive Rush should be looking at 240. But again, the revenge kill, I kind of don't like that option. In singles, I think it's a little bit better than doubles because you can have attacks coming from 2 different spots instead of 1. But in doubles, I was thinking maybe Dragon Claw. But what I was also thinking too is we can go Terra Blast and then look at changing our Terra type. I don't think we're going to run Terra Ice, but if we did, we already have the Icicle Spear, so we don't really have to worry about that. But what I was thinking is we can maybe go Terra Steel, Terra Electric, or Terra Ground. If we go Terra Steel, we have Steel type Terra Blast, same with Terra Electric. If we wanted to go Terra Ground, we could go Earthquake instead, which Ground and Ice together, that's not a bad combination for doing damage. You could look into something like that, because if you terrestrialize into a ground type, you now have stab on Earthquake. That's base 150, factoring in the stab boost. If you've already got a Dragon Dance, you're doing a lot of damage. So that was what I was thinking there. And of course, too, despite just talking about Dragon Dance, we still have the loaded dice, and we have Icicle Spear, so we're basically looking at base 100 ice damage, maybe 125 if we get all 5 hits. So taking advantage of the speed there, we can easily take out a Focus Sash user, especially something that's weak to ice. We can also probably get Mimikyu off the field where it's got the disguise built in, keeping it safe. We could do stuff like that. I was also thinking too, Baxcalibur does have some good bulk. We could run an Assault Vest set. The spread that I put into this here is kind of playing around the idea if we have Tailwind on the field, because I put enough speed in here to hit 112, and then that way we can outspeed Electrode, which is the fastest thing currently available in Scarlet and Violet. We would outspeed a max speed Electrode, and then more investment into the special defense side to get up to 120, because the Assault Vest gives us a 50% boost to special defense. So sitting at 120 special defense with that Assault Vest, we're getting an extra 60 points. We're looking at 180 right there, which is pretty nice. We have max attack investment with an Adamant Nature on this one. We have a combination of HP and defense for the breakdown for the last little bit of EVs. 60 points into defense puts us to 120, which let's just keep that in mind, but we'll touch on that in a second. And then 52 HP brings us up to 197, so we're just under that 200 benchmark, which is pretty good. In terms of residual damage, we're still taking 19 points. If we hit 200, we'd be taking 20 points. So we're pretty close to the upper limit that way. So a note on our defense stat. Hail got reworked in this generation, so Hail is now Snow, and Snow does not do damage to anything anymore. Snow gives ice types a 50% defense boost, the same way how Sand gives rock types a 50% special defense boost. So, on the off chance that we were going to either not terrestrialize and keep our ice typing, or, and this is kind of hurting a little bit to say this, if we were going to go Terra Ice, well, now we're getting a 50% boost to our defenses. So now we're sitting at 180 defense. Between the Assault Vest and the Snow, we'd be sitting at 180 in each defense, and we got 197 HP. Evial like Dusclops was annoying to deal with because it had monstrous defenses that were further boosted, but its drawback was its HP was so low. Baxcalibur's defenses might not be as high as Dusclops, but its HP is way higher. This thing might, in theory, get really, really tanky, and we can't be burned because of thermal exchange. So in terms of damage, this time that I was thinking we could run Icicle Crash. It's a good single target ice type attack. You could make the case for Icicle Spear, but because our item slot is devoted to the Assault Vest, we can't rely on getting 4 hits guaranteed. So I was thinking Icicle Crash. It's a 30% chance of making our opponent flinch, which if we have Tailwind on the field, we're pretty fast, which is a nice option to have. Earthquake, good standard damage. Dragon Claw, moderately okay because of Dragon Stab. And finally, Ice Shard. It's a priority move. If we don't have Tailwind on the field, we need to get rid of something quick. We do have the advantage to do that. We could also go Terra Ground on an Assault Vest set instead. Now Earthquake has Stab. Baxcalibur does get Aqua Tail, so we could go Terra Water if we wanted to. So now we got a base 90 move that's getting Stab. We're losing a lot of weaknesses because Dragon Ice, we still have to worry about being weak to Dragon, fighting Rock, Fairy, and Steel. If we switch to Water, we're neutral to Dragon and Fairy now, as well as fighting in Rock, but we now resist Steel. And we would only be gaining an Electric and Grass weakness, which is not too bad. If we want to go Terra Water instead, we could do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking for an Assault Vest idea for Baxcalibur. The other thing I was thinking was we can go for a Choice Band idea with similar damaging moves. We could go Icicle Crash. We can go Dragon Claw. We can look at maybe Iron Head, which now that I'm realizing that too, I mentioned with the first set, if we want Terra Steel, we can go Terra Blast. We can go Iron Head instead, and then that way we don't have to necessarily terrestrialize, just realizing that this thing does get Iron Head. But yeah, anyways, that's what I was kind of thinking for a Choice Band set for damage moves. We could go like with the Earthquake, the Iron Head, Dragon Claw, Icicle Crash, and then further boost the damage output with terrestrialization, have the Choice Band also giving us damage, and then taking that even further. Choice Band, pretty simple, all things considered. We run our 36 speed EVs to hit that 112, then put pretty much the rest into our HP and attack. I got 228 HP to hit 219, and then literally the rest of this is just dumped into attack, which hits 215 with an Adamant Nature. All things considered, this thing is going to run through walls. Like, forget the Wrecking Ball. Baxcalibur's just going to charge head on, lower its head, break through a wall, and ta-da, here you go. And then finally, one other thing that I was thinking for Baxcalibur, and this can apply to any Baxcalibur that's got thermal exchange. In terms of fire moves, Lava Plume can hit your partner while also doing damage to both sides of the field. So what I was thinking is maybe we could look into running Choice Scarf on something with Lava Plume. Chi-Yu is probably going to be the main thing for that, but Chi currently isn't legal in Series 1, but down the road, maybe we could run Chi with Lava Plume Choice Scarf. Even without the Choice Scarf, we could run Max Speed Chi and go for Lava Plume, hit our Baxcalibur, get an attack boost, and go from there. Armor Rouge is legal. It's 75, so you would have to run a Choice Scarf to be faster than Baxcalibur. Camera Up, you'd have to have Trick Room on the field to pull that one off. Same with Torkoal and Cerule Edge. So what I was thinking was you could maybe go Armor Rouge with a Choice Scarf. I'm going to switch this to level 50 for a quick sec. If we run Max Speed and a Timid Nature, which feels like a weird nature for a Armor Pokemon, we can run that Choice Scarf. We hit 139. We're a little bit faster than we're a little bit slower than the 143 without the Choice Scarf, but Max Speed Armor Rouge could at least pull off the Lava Plume. We hit our Baxcalibur. We also get a little bit of chip into the opponent. Baxcalibur now gets an attack stat. Baxcalibur can attack from there. And maybe you want to run like Terra Flying on Armor Rouge, terrestrialize it into a flying type, and then Baxcalibur goes for Earthquake. That could hurt too. That might be a fun idea. Something I kind of want to try out now because I have a Terra Flying Armor Rouge that I caught out of a raid, so that might be fun to try too. But anyways, that's my main idea on Baxcalibur, guys. I hope that is enough to keep you guys entertained for a little while and to put some ideas in your heads. Let me know what you guys run if you do run this thing, or if you want to run this thing. Let me know what you're thinking of down in the comments below. Anyways, I will see you later.